Ladies and gents, welcome back. Just another quick one before I kick things off and go to work today. I'm a tradesman. I work as an automotive technician here in British Columbia. It seems that these days, folks like me are getting rarer and rarer. It's harder and harder to find people to fill the positions of skilled labor in Canada writ large. And, well, Calgary's outgoing premier is kicking off a new campaign to entice people from my province of British Columbia to leave and go to Alberta. Here we are. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney kicks off campaign to attract skilled workers from BC and elsewhere to come to Alberta. Calgary Premier Jason Kenney kicks off campaign to lure skilled workers from Toronto and Vancouver as he doubles down on his criticism of a so-called Alberta Sovereignty Act pitched by one of the candidates running to replace him. It's funny, even the journalists here don't see anything outside of major cities. It's unbelievable. Toronto and Vancouver. I don't think he's trying to get people just from Toronto and Vancouver there. Whoever wrote this, the Canada Press, Charlotte and Bill, for the conjoint effort at writing this article. Kenney held a news conference Monday to announce the United Conservative government's new program dubbed Alberta is Calling to recruit skilled workers, with a marketing campaign touting the province's lower taxes, housing affordability, shorter commutes, and proximity to the Rocky Mountains. The $2.6 million effort is to include ads on social media, radio, and posters in high traffic areas. What did the Albertan say to the Vancouverite? "You're hired," reads one of the displays. It's Mountain Times somewhere, reads one geared to the greater Toronto area. Alberta is back in a big way, but one of the biggest challenges is to sustaining that amazing growth is having enough people who are filling the jobs that are being created, Kenney says. As far as problems go, and there's a pretty good one to have. Too many jobs. British Columbia doesn't have too many skilled workers. That's not something that's happening either. But yes, it is so much more expensive. We have an article or a video here from Global News where they get into it here.
The outgoing Premier of Alberta at his folksy best Monday.
Hey, how's it going? It's Jason.
Extolling the virtues of working in Wild Rose Country. The message targeted directly at workers in Vancouver.
For people who cannot afford a home and young workers who can barely afford rent, that the comparison to Alberta is very powerful.
The announcement, part of a campaign to attract workers to the province. Alberta, like everywhere else in the world, facing a crippling shortage of skilled labor. Business groups say these ads will resonate with workers.
We've had 83% of our members saying that housing prices are a real challenge and an obstacle in being able to attract and retain talent.
According to the Albertan government, the average home price in Edmonton is a quarter of what it is in Vancouver.
So no joke, look at that. Honestly, so I just lost a coworker to Alberta. Like, this is a real thing. I just lost a coworker, a fantastic one as well, one that I really enjoyed working with. And we lost him to Alberta, and he went, why? Because he wanted to buy a house. He honestly wanted to buy a house. So this is a reality. $2.6 million or 2.06 for the average house in Vancouver. And still $500,000 in Alberta. That's insane. This economy is going nuts. Now, mind you, this video is launched from British Columbia's Global News Hour, so you're gonna catch a little bit of the bias here.
Vancouver. Rent in Alberta is half of what it is in BC.
Half.
And the average family in Calgary has the highest disposable income in the country. The BC government says this province saw more than 100,000 people move here last year. But the BC Liberals say this ad campaign should serve as a wake-up call for the NDP.
We're 5+ years into an NDP government, and there's still no coordinated, integrated private sector jobs plan.
Albertan union leaders think the Premier is simply passing the buck. looking for easy wins rather than put in the hard work needed to train more local talent.
But there's
the union's not doing that either. Get off of this one.
no point in bringing additional bodies here to work if you're not going to take care of them, support them, and assist them.
Okay, so the unions have no initiative to bring in more bodies. The whole point of a union is to limit the number of bodies. So, I mean, the union bosses, they definitely want more people paying dues. But the idea of the unions traditionally has always been reduce the number of bodies, and everyone will get paid more and get more out of it with more benefits and all that stuff.
Because they will just leave.
The Alberta is Calling website is quick to mention the 300 days of sunshine every year. Not so quick to mention that a lot of those sunny days come with temperatures that don't crack the minus double digits. BC's climate advantage, though, may not be enough anymore. Workers are in control of their next job. Higher wages, lower taxes, and cheaper housing is a strong sales pitch.
It is. It definitely is. So what's the gist? Let me know in the comments down below. Because yeah, and this is an argument for people in British Columbia all the time. It's the most moderate conditions. I mean, moderate weather. We don't have the most moderate government, but we have the most moderate weather. And people just tend to not pay attention to the government, even when there's rules in place, especially if we look at the whole COVID situation. I call people hypocrites because they say that they do a thing, but they never ever do the thing. And that's British Columbia. People just flake on the rules in general. But let me know what you think. Do you think people are gonna take the bait? Are people gonna leave British Columbia? Are they gonna leave other provinces in Canada? I could see people leaving Ontario. If it's cold and terrible, you might as well just go somewhere else that's cheaper, cold and terrible. But that's just my opinion. Let me know yours. Put it in the comment section down below, and we'll have a read at what everyone else is thinking. Tell me as well, are you a tradesman in this whole thing? Are you a tradesman looking to uproot and move somewhere else? Anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do that now. Hit that notification bell. It'll let you know when I go live. I go live every Friday at 6:30 Pacific time, but from time to time I have new guests come in and we do streams here and there. So you get notified for that. Leave a like, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep on trucking.